Mario Kart has some great tracks throughout the series, but not every track is the best, and today I'll be going through the worst one in every Mario Kart game. Normally I like to keep it positive here on my channel, but everyone has those days where you wake up and want to insult someone's favorite track, so let's do it. There are 4 rules for this list though. There can be no repeated tracks on this list, as well as circuit tracks being banned just to make things interesting. Also, I am allowing remakes if the specific remake is bad. I can't just place an SNES track in a slot just because it's incompetent. Just remember that you will not agree with this opinionated video, so I hope you don't get too upset with my picks. Also, I'll be sticking to the mainline Mario Karts for this video, so sorry arcade fans once again. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well as leave a like on the video, and let me know in the comments what your least favorite Mario Kart track is. With that said, let's dive into the worst track in every Mario Kart game. For the SNES spot, you might be thinking of one of the Vanilla Lake tracks, but not only do those get too much hate in my opinion, but I have one track that tops them all. SNES Bowser's Castle 2. This course is hands down the worst track for not only this game, but the entire series, and it isn't even close. Not only is the layout anything but comfortable, but the thwomps are a real nuisance as well. You'll be lucky to go 10 seconds without slamming into something and losing all of your speed. And as the cherry on top, there is a literal dead end turn. That's right, this track features so many split paths, and one of them leads you right to lava. Nintendo literally made a troll level, and it's anything but funny when you're actually trying to win the race. When it comes to the Mario Kart 64 roster, I'm actually gonna go with Yoshi Valley for this one. Moo Moo Farm was the second option here, but it's inoffensive unlike Yoshi Valley. And for those of you that cannot fathom why this spot doesn't go to Wario Stadium, it's because dirt ramps in Wario's face are peak track design. Anyways, back on topic here, Yoshi Valley is a great course in Mario Kart 8, but in Mario Kart 64, god I fear this one. This course is like when the teacher gives you an assignment and says just figure it out, like it's a matter of survival. For starters, there is 10 billion paths to choose from, and some are way slower than others. The fastest path is guarded heavily by whatever the heck these things are, and even if you get past them, good luck staying on the track. And speaking of that, falling off the track is devastating because this was before Lakitu got a raise, so he is in no hurry to get you back on the track. You will fall all the way into the valley before getting helped up, which can easily destroy your chances. The ending is also annoying because the road in front of you is blocked by a hill, so odds are that you will miss the turn completely. All of this and you can't even see what place you are in the entire time. It's just too much to tackle. For Mario Kart Super Circuit, the spot goes to a track that I don't entirely dislike, and that is Yoshi Desert. I love Yoshi, but the early courses themed after him were just not great. If you don't like Snowland, then you better hope Santa don't check his list twice. Yoshi Desert possesses a lot of charm, which is why I feel bad for putting it here, like who doesn't love a Yoshi Sphinx, but the gameplay is rather lacking. The layout doesn't fit too well with Super Circuit's driving mechanics in my opinion. On every turn, you either end up getting devoured by a piranha plant, taking a drink, or drifting right into a field of sand, and you know how much I love sand. Complement this with the overused desert setting, and this track is something I'm not the most excited to play. Mario Kart Tour's version of the track is a lot better though, proving that this track is just unfortunately a bad fit. Mario Kart Double Dash has a consistently good track selection, however there's one track that isn't too pleasant to play for me, Sherbet Land. For a game that already has pretty slippery controlling, ice physics aren't going to do it any favors. And don't even get me started on these innocent looking piles of ice. If you've played this track, then you know that the freezes are anything but innocent. Running into them eliminates your item, kills your speed, and sends you drifting into a locked direction. I enjoy the theming and music of course, but everything else is terrible. For Mario Kart DS, this cannot be a more obvious choice. It has to go to GCN Baby Park. Say what you want about the original track, but I've never seen more of a fall from grace that a track has had with a remake. The original had a smaller layout with special items, 7 laps, and a whole lot of chaos, while the DS version makes math look fun. Upscaled, boring items, worse engine for the track, it holds the crown for the worst remake in Mario Kart history, and gave a lot of fans the wrong representation of the track. Mario Kart Wii overall doesn't have any bad tracks, so this selection was pretty tough. For my pick though, I went with N64 DK's Jungle Parkway, and you're gonna have to hear me out on this one. This is really the only bad remake in Mario Kart Wii. The main issue is the fit that this track has in the game. Especially in karts, the turns just don't work at all, with you having to either slam on the brakes or take an alternative railing to the face. On top of this, the physics are awful, with the edge of the track sending you no place fun. The coconuts also don't get thrown at you either anymore, which is a sad loss for the track. The final blow of the remake for me has to be the setting. The music isn't on par with other tracks, as well as the music consisting entirely of some shade of orange apart from the leaves and grass. I know the color change for the water makes sense because of, you know, science, but I think a blue would have at least spiced up the visuals a bit. For Mario Kart 7, this is a no-brainer for me. It's gotta be Neo Bowser City. I know that this track has fans, but what does that have to do with my opinion? What's that? You have something for me to watch? Alright, I'll make a deal. When we get a Bowser's Castle remake, then all is forgiven for this track in specific.
You serious?
I'm the kind of person that will stick to deals, but this one was a really dumb one. The no Bowser's Castle thing was just something that made the track worse for me, but it wasn't the entire problem. Banger music aside, the theming is unique, but not for me. The police seems very isolated with no life whatsoever, and the gameplay isn't doing it any favors either with a very slippery feel. If you like the track, then that's fine with me, just don't make me race it on 200cc in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The spot for Mario Kart 8 goes to Water Park. Probably the most mid track ever. The worst part is that the theming is so good. A water amusement park could feature you driving between rides or even going down a water slide. But no, everything is in the background as you drive around this basic track. It tries to be this breathtaking experience with the underwater and anti-gravity when in reality nothing really changes in terms of gameplay. It is very underwhelming to say the least. For the Wii U DLC, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to put it in simpler terms, has a good set of tracks, however I'll be going with Ice Ice Outpost as the worst track here. Like with multiple sections on this list, the track isn't bad by any means, but pretty okay nonetheless. There is some decent value with the split paths and a few shortcuts here and there, but it isn't that fun for me to play and is a bit forgettable in my opinion. No strong feelings whatsoever. Yes, I included a tour track. You psychopaths can put those rifles away that you are ready to blow up my comment section with. With that said though, I don't have any footage of the tour version on me, and it isn't in season right now, so this booster course pass footage will have to do. Anyways, Tokyo Blur has to be by far the worst tour track out of the bunch. It fills the same role as its fellow city tracks do, but with much less going on. Overall, the entirety of the course with all parts consists of a couple thwomps and a singular shortcut. That's it. It feels pretty lifeless with all the long turns and just road around you. I'm also including the booster course pass in this video as well, since with all the tracks it has, it needs to be included. For this spot though, the pick is obvious. Sunset Wilds was one of the most popular tracks from the Game Boy Advance, and they unfortunately did not do a good job with this remake. I like the ending to the track with a large hill to trick on, but the rest of it needs improvement. Some little things include the removed boosters and mud physics downgrading the track slightly, but the sky changing each lap was arguably the coolest part of the track, and the inability to include it is the nail in the coffin. A sad day for GBA fans. And that's the video. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.